And good evening. Donald Trump is headed to South Florida. Moments after the arraignment, former president went straight to LaGuardia Airport, boarded his plane, and took off for Palm Beach.
And this is a live look now from inside Mar-a-Lago, where Trump is expected to address the nation just hours from now. And the former president pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. He also got a stern warning from the judge. We have live team coverage. Ben Kennedy is in Washington with reaction. Our Janine Stanwood is at Mar-a-Lago. But we begin with Glenna Milberg live now at the Manhattan courthouse with this historic arrest and arraignment today. Glenna.
Calvin Nicole released on his own recognizance today, and the judge sent him with a warning. Donald J. Trump, be careful what you say and email and tweet while you are an accused criminal. The end of a surreal and historic day inside and outside this courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Up on that 15th floor, an ex-president became an accused criminal, with all the details of why. The ex-president, current defendant, is in the air back to South Florida straight from an history-making arraignment. No words from the former president, who revels in the limelight, afforded privileges as an accused criminal that few defendants get. A ring of Secret Service through private courthouse entrances, fingerprinted and booked out of sight. Outside the courthouse, a circus-like scene of political theater. The New York judge barred news cameras, but photos from the public courthouse camera documents Donald Trump pleading not guilty to the charges in the indictment unsealed, 34 counts of falsifying business records, communications, and reimbursement checks to his former fixer, Michael Cohen, evidence in a shell game with hush money for porn star Stormy Daniels to prevent her stories from crashing his 2016 campaign for president.
Agreed in 2015 to a catch and kill scheme. That is a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election.
In less than 1 hour, the former president went out the way he came, permitted to head to LaGuardia Airport and back home to Mar-a-Lago, out of sight to the day-long ruckus around the courthouse.
I'm here to watch Trump go to jail.
Supporting President Trump, the best president we ever had.
This BS here today is absolutely ridiculous. They don't have any case against him.
NYPD kept a 10-foot buffer between the very passionate supporters and opponents. Loud, angry at times, and peaceful. And so a spectacle of a day becomes the beginning of a spectacle of a case, including porn star Stormy Daniels on the witness list for the prosecution. I'm Glenna Milberg, live in Lower Manhattan tonight, Local 10 News.
And Glenna, as you know, this is one of a few investigations into the former president. So after he speaks tonight from Mar-a-Lago, whatever happens with the rest of the day, what does the road ahead look like for him and his defense team in this specific case?
In this case, it's just like any other criminal proceeding, sort of. It's a criminal case in state court here. That means a lot of status hearings and paper and filings. And right off the bat, his attorneys will ask to dismiss the case, which is kind of a standard thing that attorneys do. The next in-person hearing isn't here until December, so you can see that this is not going to be a speedy case at all, among the others that he is facing right now on state and federal levels.
Our Glenna Milberg live from New York City for us. Thank you, Glenna. And from New York, we head south to Palm Beach and Mar-a-Lago, where the former president is set to speak tonight. That's where we find Local 10's Janine Stanwood.
Right now, you're looking live at the podium. This is where the president is expected to be. 8:15. What a different scene it is here from the courthouse in New York. This is Mar-a-Lago. This is his home. And what you may not be able to see is that right here inside this ballroom are a lot of his supporters who are starting to trickle in. He is expected to talk about possibly the charges, but what may speak specifically. The stage is set inside this opulent ballroom in Mar-a-Lago with media from around the world, where the former president, facing 34 felony counts, is expected to make remarks. The arraignment in a New York courtroom was not televised, and sources say advisors have urged Mr. Trump not to say anything until he gets here to South Florida. He was wheels up at about 4:20. We're told he spent the morning on the phone with Republican allies and his legal team, who will have close eyes on tonight's speech before it happens. A judge warned the former president from making social media posts that could spark unrest. His lawyers said this.
Donald Trump has made one hell of a brand and became president of the United States with his social media and posts and everything else, his messages. We are here to talk about the case and litigate cases. We can't address what he posts or what he wants to post or did post.
The Trump campaign also turning this into an opportunity. As he was being processed, an email blast went out asking for contributions of $47 for this T-shirt with a fake mugshot emblazoned with the words, "Not guilty."
And tonight we're getting plenty of reaction to that indictment.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio with strong words. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy continues our live team coverage from the White House. Ben.
Well, Kyle, but to go, South Florida lawmakers are split down party lines on the indictment. Republicans call it absurd, but Democrats really want the process to play out, saying that no one is above the law.
We are prepared.
Prepared for any unrest due to former President Donald Trump's arraignment in Manhattan.
President Trump.
It's there the 45th Commander-in-Chief's charges was a focus of Tuesday's White House briefing.
When we first learned about the indictment, the president was not given a heads up.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer released a statement that I believe that Mr. Trump will have a fair trial that follows the facts and law. There's no place in our justice system for any outside influence or intimidation in the legal process. As Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio tweeted, today is a bad day for all of us, and we are going to regret it for a very long time.
It's political, but it's more than just political. It's poison to our country.
A poison, Rubio calls it, that sets a new normal, even changes politics, he says, that could lead to more cases in court.
What's going to stop some Republican or conservative prosecutor now from saying, well, now I'm going to go after Joe Biden or his family or Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi, whoever? What's going to stop him? Nothing's going to stop him.
And President Biden has made a point not to comment on the indictment, but did say he does have faith in the legal system. Reporting live at the White House, Ben Kennedy, Local 10 News.